everyone, welcome to another session with me, Nona Gabby, and today we are going to be making something that is great for fall. We're going to be using some tomatoes that are nice and ripe and fresh from summer, so there's a lot of tomatoes left over, and I'm going to show you how to make a meal and then turn it into something else another night of the week. So we're making grilled chicken thighs in the oven, and then I'll show you how to turn those into enchiladas. So we're going to make a salsa for the enchiladas. You could also use store-bought salsa, which is totally fine if you have that in the fridge. This is just a way to show you how to make a few things ahead of time and to make your life easier as we're transitioning back into fall. So I'm going to start off with the chicken. My oven's preheating at 425. You can alternatively grill the chicken, or if you have a grill outside, it's beautiful on the grill. But I don't have that here in New York City, and I'm sure on some weeknights, once the kids go back to school, it is a little more annoying to pull out the grill pan. So it's much easier to put it in the oven, so that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to heat our oven up. My oven's already preheating to 425, and we're going to get going. So I already have my chicken in my cast iron. And then I'm just going to season it lightly with salt and pepper. And I have bone-in chicken thighs and legs. You can do this with boneless chicken thighs or bone-in chicken thighs. When I went to my butcher yesterday, they didn't have any, so I decided that I would get a whole leg, and they chopped it up for me. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our little sauce for our chicken, and then we can get that going in the oven. So I just have a tiny food processor over here, and this sauce is just cayenne, onion, and some other spices. You can use fresh herbs. I don't have fresh oregano, so I'm using dried oregano, and I'm just quartering this onion so I could get it in the food processor, and I'm going to cut it up a little bit smaller because this food processor is small. You guys, some of you may have the bigger ones if you have more space to store it. So I'm just removing the outer layer of the onion skin and putting it in the food processor, and then to this we're going to add some garlic cloves. I'm actually going to reserve a quarter of this onion for the salsa that we're going to make because this is a pretty big onion. So a small white onion, already getting tears, and I'm not even trying. I'm not even really cutting this up. So if you're doing this with kids, just be aware that there may be tears. And that's the bell for my oven. So we can get this in right away. About 4 garlic cloves. That's a humongous one, so I'm going to go a little lighter on the garlic cloves, maybe 2. And ooh, that one came out right away. That's awesome. So I'm going to put that in, and so this is a great citrus sauce. So another thing, I went shopping, got all of this ready, and realized I didn't have lime or orange. So instead I'm using lemon, which is, I love lemony chicken, so this is great for me. But this also is a lesson for all of you. If you see that I have a recipe and you're like, I don't have this one ingredient, I can't make it, it's really not a big deal. You can swap out for likes and do it that way, and it'll be just fine, I promise. But it is really nice with the orange and the lime because the orange gives it a little bit of a sweet tang, and the lime is just a nice different flavor. I'm going to open this up so more comes out. So I'm just adding my dried oregano in here. This is a very quick rub. And then some cumin. I don't like measuring with these spices because I gave you guys measurements, but I don't like measuring because these spices sometimes are hard to get out of the spice container, and it can sometimes get blocked up, and then the spoons get dirty, and then you mix them up, and you end up mixing the spices. So I just eyeball everything. You can measure if that is what makes you comfortable. So then some coriander, and then we're going to use a little bit of cayenne as well, just to give it a little kick. I love a good little kick. Also nice for the enchiladas. Awesome. Okay, great. And now I'm just going to add a little splash of avocado oil, so it'll get mixed up nicely. All right, so it's about to get loud in here. Hold on tight. Awesome. So that looks like a nice white paste. Oh, and I forgot to add the lemon juice. I'm going to add that in first before we go anywhere else, before I hurry off anywhere. So, have a nice juicy lemon. It's been in my fridge for some time, so it's excited to get used finally. Whoop! Ah! Totally got smashed in the face. That was fun and rejuvenating, kind of. And then squeeze the other half of the lemon. I'm going to clean myself off because that was quite funny. Alright, so I'm just going to move it to the side, get myself a towel since I'm lemony. Although I love the smell of lemon. I do love the smell of lemon. Don't really love it when it splashes in your face, so be careful. It was an old lemon, so I think we're having the skin, part of it. I'll give it two more pulses. Great. And then what I'm going to do is lightly put this over the chicken, so I'm going to spoon it over my chicken, and I'm going to have some leftovers because I don't have too much. So you can marinate the chicken in this not overnight, but you can do it for an hour in the fridge. I'm going to bring this over here so I have more leverage, and I'm just applying a large layer to the top. And it's going to get nice and juicy on the pan. And you can add any vegetables also you want to this pan. Okay, so we got our chicken in the oven, and now it is time to make the salsa for if you're going to make enchiladas. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this jalapeno, and since I don't want to mess around with seeds too much, I'm just going to cut it in half and put it in here because we're going to just blend this all up and give it a chop. Woo, already smell the spice. And I'm just going to quarter this onion, get the skin off. So you can use a small onion, and then I'm also going to use a combination of these guys. So some scallions. I had some scallions in the fridge, and they were getting old, so I wanted to use them, and they'll give our salsa a nice little green tint. And then in addition to that, we will also use some cilantro, so a few sprigs of cilantro. And I'm going to include the stems this time. You can totally eat them. People just shy away from them, so a few stems of cilantro. And then I'm going to give this a whirl before we add our tomatoes. Okay? So, and then I'll add the tomatoes. So this is all very, very quick. So people think salsa takes a long time. No, if you have the right equipment, not at all. Alright, so we're going to get loud again. already smells nice and spicy. Alright, once we add the tomatoes, then it'll get a little bit more watery. So I'm going to half these tomatoes because they're kind of big, and also it'll help with the juice. So we're going to add a few tomatoes at a time and then pulse them out. I love, love, love Mexican food, and I love especially fresh salsa. So you can make this in advance and have this in your fridge, or batch make it and put some in the freezer. And then you can also use this salsa for any taco nights. You can cook stuff in it, like we're going to do with the enchiladas, and it's going to be great. Okay, so this looks awesome already. Alright, looks like we can add, there's room for some more. So our salsa is green and red, so this is not quite like a salsa verde, but it's like in between. So what do you get when you mix green and red? Not quite sure. Alright, there's a few more guys in here. I'll just use those up. And if you notice, I'm using a serrated knife because they tend to cut better through tomatoes. Oops. Alright, now we're going to chop. I think I've reached my maximum in the salsa department, but look at that. That looks beautiful. So I'm going to remove this and put it in a plate, and then I will show you how to plate up your enchiladas and serve them. Okay? Can't wait. Hey everyone, so we're back. Our chicken is cooked and it looks amazing. Look at this golden color on the bottom, and then we got the nice char on top. So it's almost as if you made it in the grill, on a grill. And so you can enjoy this with any sort of salad, roasted veggie, rice, and that can be one dinner. And then when you have leftovers and you're like, I'm kind of sick of this chicken thigh thing, what do I do next? Oh, this is where our lovely salsa comes in. This is how it looks. Also, I forgot to tell you, we have to add some salt to taste, so I'll do that right now, because I didn't do that, but I didn't want to do it without you guys. So just a little bit of salt, and I'll mix it up. And this is all raw, not cooked, so totally fine to add the salt now. Smells so good. Okay, so I have my favorite tortillas right here, and these are 7 tortillas, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of them, and since I'm one person, I'm just going to make 2 enchiladas today. And I have this neat little baking dish, so I'll show you how I do that. But first, I'm going to also use, I have some sweet potatoes, so I'm going to use some sweet potatoes in the enchilada dish. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull, this chicken is still hot, but when you have it from your fridge, I'm just going to rip it apart kind of with a fork, with 2 forks, and just to get the meat off. You see how it's like just comes off? So these are going to be really tasty because they're going to be, and I like to get them all involved with the chicken juice in the pan, so they'll be nice and juicy quesadillas. I mean enchiladas. I make quesadillas a lot, so sometimes I get confused. Alright, so now I have the bone. I'll put the bone on the side so I don't get confused, and pick it up and put it into my enchiladas, and there we go. So we have lovely, lovely chicken for our enchiladas, and it just kind of pulled it off the bone. And then I also have roasted sweet potatoes, so I'll show you the assemblage. So first things first, is we're going to spread a little of our enchilada salsa. So you can also do this with you can do plain chicken, you can do, add beans to it. I'm just going to add a little bit of this. You can add a little beans to it, kind of whatever you want, anything goes. And then I will put some of the sweet potatoes in, so I'll put like 3 or 4 hubs. And I love sweet potatoes with like in tacos and everything. I'm weird like that. It's a good veggie option. You can make this like sweet potato and bean enchilada, and I'm just gonna mash it down so it creates a little bit of a paste for us. And it's just a little way to get a little extra starch in there if you're not putting rice or something in your tortilla. So flatten that out, and next I'm gonna add my chicken. So divide my 1 chicken thigh between 2 spots. I don't think this is a bone. It feels very hard, so I'm not gonna put that in there. And it smells so good. So the chicken also has a ton of flavor, and the enchiladas will have a ton of flavor. And then you can also put some Mexican crema inside. A lot of people like creamy enchiladas. Today I'm keeping it super simple and not doing that. Okay, so I have my 2 enchiladas filled, and then I'm also gonna add a couple of tomatoes. I don't have a proper knife, so I'll just with this knife, it should work. Let's see. Yep, we'll just have them. So 3 little tomato halves in each one. Just make it extra tomato-y. And then I'm gonna roll them up. And then you can either put them seam side up or seam side down. Ooh, lost a little guy. So tuck that back in there, and then just put it in to bake. Broke the thing. So these will go in like that. And I'm gonna just flip them over so that they don't fall apart on me, even though they're starting to. But you'll have a bigger dish, and you'll be able to remedy that. Okay, so mine a little bit fell apart, but it's still cute, and this is a single serving. And then when I'm done, I will garnish it with some avocado and some, I love radishes, so I'm just gonna slice up some radishes, and I'll show you how it looks. But enjoy this super simple and easy meal that you can have any day of the week. Super easy to make. If you don't want to make the salsa, you can just use regular salsa and buy it. And it's really easy. And you can add cheese to this. I mean, I'll also top the top with some salsa. So it'll be a nice, gooey, yummy, delicious thing. So I'm going to put this to bake for a little longer, just so everything gets warmed, and enjoy. As always, you can follow me at Nona Gabby, and now it is Nona_Gabby on Instagram, and you can like my page on Facebook, the Nona Gabby, and please visit my website for any new tips